Hello, parents and guardians of first grade. This is Mrs. Ball, and I am here because I thought it would be a great visual to show you all some of the things that we are doing to help assist you as we are navigating through virtual learning. So, what you're looking at is a checklist that was created for the first 9 weeks assignments. So they have been outlined by the subject and the page numbers. So the Your Turn practice book, that is the red book with the squirrel on it, and that is the consumable, meaning the one that you are able to write in. And it starts off with some of the SS page numbers. So these are all of the pages that we need in the Reading Your Turn practice book. So this is them, and a lot of these pages are front and back. So SS1 and SS2, that's front and back. SS6 and 7, that's front and back. SS13 and 14, front and back. 18, 19, front and back. 25, 26, that should be front and back. And if it's not exactly front and back, then they're side by side, one way or the other. Then you have pages 1 and 2, then page 13, 17, 18. Now, for math, we have a big book and we have the standards practice book. The big book, out of the 2 green math books that you have, it is the bigger one, which is why we call it the big book, and that is where most of the lessons come from. So in the big book, that's the page that's needed, it's front and back. Now the standards practice book is the flat book. It is the book that is thin, and across the top it has light green. It says standards practice, and those pages start with P. So you have P3, P4, P7, P8, P23, P24, P25, P26, P19, P20. Those are front and back pages. And then our last grade is also found in the big book, which is the thickest one, page 45 and 46. Now, for the Social Studies Weekly, there are Social Studies Weekly magazines. So those are the papers. It says Social Studies Weekly, and that is what we're using for social studies. And so you need to turn in page 4, which is the back of the page. It says Fun and Games of week 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Now in the science book, we have the interactive science book. It's white and yellow. It has the bear cub on it, page 24 and 25. Now let me tell you guys about page 24 and 25. That is a task that has more than one thing that you should do. So you really have got to follow exactly what it's asking you to do, and I will share my screen again for the visual of what the assignment looks like. Page 26, and then the rest of this is from the packet. So all of these things here, science packet through ELA packet, that is everything from the packet that should have been picked up at the school. So this is a document that was created to give a visual of what is needed. So most of everything that I just went over, it should be here. There may be a few extra things, but it should be here. So this is what SS1 and 2 looks like. That's what it looks like. You can see at the bottom it has SS1, SS2. So this is reading. I'm scrolling some more. And because our grade requirement has changed, there are some of these pages that we do not need. So please abide by the checklist. Now this is the big book, okay? The big book does not have P in front of it at all. It just has the numbers. So this is what 238 and 239 looks like. And this is what the pages look like, front and back. And again, this is from the big book again, 45 and 46. These are the social studies weeklies, the magazines. Now these are from the packet. So since we do not have a grammar book, we made a packet for grammar and science so that we could meet the grade requirements set for our school. So 1 and 2, and it should have been copied front and back. Should have been. 5 and 6. Then we have 8, and this is 65. And then we have this one. This is fun with sentences, and this is the boy. He's wearing a medal with number 1 on it. This is capitals and periods. It has like a little lily pad. This is 16 and 17, and if you will notice at the bottom it has the number 16, the number 17, and this is minute 6. And this right here, this is the science that I was telling you about. Now, of course, you need to have your child write their name there, write why light bulbs are important, and there's a little page right here where you write something else that makes light. Now, it says circle where light comes from. If you guys read this with your child or to your child, it tells where light comes from. Light comes from the sun. Circle the word sun. Light comes from the stars. Circle the word stars. Light comes from candles. Circle the word candles. Light comes from lamps. Circle lamps. And then tell 2 more things that make light. So we got a grade from both of these pages combined. All right, light shines through. Right there, picture of a shadow. This is a light sword. So you have to make a list of things that provide light, natural, artificial. Those are the assessments about light. So I tried to just take a picture of the 2 tests that work solely about light and light only. This is a loud concert. This is the sound energy sort where you had to have your first grader cut the things that make sound and just not make sound. And that's the sound color and I can hear sounds page that was included because it was in the newsletter. Let's look at Class Dojo. So this is class story. This is my class story. So it's like a Facebook feed. It's a stream of information that is posted. Now, the newsletters are posted weekly. They are posted more than likely every Monday. They are posted. Events can be created, and it's just a continuous stream. So right here, there's a message about report cards, and I can see who viewed it. So I can click on this, and I can see who actually viewed it. All of us can. Okay. There's the Spanish newsletter. I do have students whose first language is not English, so I have a newsletter that's in Spanish. Okay, I post videos. It tells you what it is. You can click on it, and it should take you to the video. Here's our newsletter. So this newsletter, I have a note here. It's talking about face-to-face instruction information. And you can just keep going. Okay, so sometimes there are flyers, there are pictures, there are those video links. It's an announcement, no school, that's an event, no live academic instruction right here. Please make sure your first grader has submitted the following: reading, math, social studies, science, science packet, ELA packet. And again, it keeps going. It keeps going. It's like a Facebook stream or a Twitter feed or an Instagram feed. There's a lot of information. Okay, so you can click on it. So that's a newsletter. And right here, graded assignments. That is what I was looking for. So whenever there was a newsletter for the week, the newsletter for the week highlighted certain assignments that needed to be turned in for that week. And then as the weeks passed by and we had satisfied the grading requirements, we just went ahead and wanted parents and guardians to be aware of all the assignments that needed to be turned in to satisfy the grade book requirements that we have. And so that's where we have reading, your turn practice book, math, big book, okay? And then right here we have the P3, P4, told you that's that small standards practice book, social studies weekly magazines. Page 4, it has which weeks are needed right there. In the science book, it has what pages are needed, 24 and 25, 26. Right here we have in the packet what's needed. And then ELA grades, we have what pages are needed. And I showed you in the document that we made. We have reminders, guided practice. Do not send these assignments to your teacher. Complete these assignments for extra practice. Students will be instructed to complete these assignments in the pre-recorded video lessons. So, we are required to pre-record videos for instructional purposes. So when these lessons are being recorded, especially in math and reading, some of these are just practice. I do not need it for a grade, but it is extra practice to help with that skill or to help expose students to the standard of what it is that we're required to teach. So those are just pre-recorded video lessons that need to be uploaded for practice and instructional purposes. There's some reminders in this newsletter. Homeschool connection, most of it doesn't change, but I will say Class Dojo is probably the most convenient way for us to contact multiple people at one time. So if you are connected to Dojo, whether it be through your email or your cell phone number, please check it daily because there was probably something that I posted or the school posted or any of the other teachers that you are connected with posted, okay? All right, so let's look at the home screen right here. I'm going to show you guys another way to get onto Schoology. So this is the MPS home screen, mps.k12.al.us. I can go right here to for students. So I didn't click on it, I just hovered over it. I can go to Schoology. And since this is something that I often do, I can click on my account, signing in with Google. For your child, it'll be their S number. And if you need to know what that is, we can assist you. Okay. And you will have to type in your password, which is usually a 4-digit number twice. And let's go here. So under courses, let's go to my reading course. Let's see, where is it? So this right here will actually change because I do have face-to-face students. I will not have conferences in Schoology. I will have live academic sessions on Zoom. So I will edit that to fit that. But let me show you. So this is under reading. And right here I have a newsletters folder. Okay, so all of these are here. It has the date of which week it was. And then I have them also in Spanish. Okay, so we have newsletters that's giving us information. It's also in Spanish. All right, let's go back to reading. Let's see what else there is. All right, so this right here, it means that this is an assignment. This is the first grade 9 weeks assignment checklist. So I can click on it. And if it's your first time seeing it, it may ask you to allow Google Drive, allow it. And then I can open it up. And this is the checklist that we just saw. And actually, the way that it's been created, you can type on it. And if it's complete, then you can click on it. You see how it popped up a check mark? And if you turned it in, you could click on it that way. Okay, so that is something that your child will be able to do. Okay. So we have newsletters. We went over Class Dojo, what it looks like. Went over how to read the newsletter. Again, look for graded assignments. I'm always going to outline what assignment is graded. For the first 9 weeks, we're able to have different avenues of where to upload these assignments, whether it was texting, whether it was emailing, sending a message through Class Dojo, sending a message through Schoology, or attaching it via Schoology. That was an option for some because everyone's situation was so unique. But yeah, these are the assignments for grade. And again, this was a visual to help assist. And this is an example of a newsletter. And every week it was, like I said earlier, the assignments were for the week. So it may not have been all of these assignments at first, but by the time the end of the 9 weeks came around, we decided to change the newsletter to include everything because we had satisfied all of the graded requirements. So that's how you read the newsletter. Please check Class Dojo. This is the NPS homepage. Schoology, we logged into Schoology. And let's show one more thing. So for those that will be remaining virtual, and even for the ones that are face-to-face, we're trying to get everyone to submit their assignments via Schoology. So what I did, I went back because hopefully at this point everyone will have access to a computer, and I created the assignment in Schoology. That's from my end. See? Okay, preview, here it is. Okay, so 2 attempts, tells you the directions right here on SS1 and SS2. Please read the directions, start new attempt. So this is an example of hopefully we will be able to do, since we have both virtual and face-to-face students, and hopefully those virtual students now have what they need if they didn't have it before. So this is the letter M. I would drag it, put it there. It's there. Okay, so my answer choices are here, and all I did was just drag it and put it under where it needs to be. Okay, then you can press next. You can do the same thing for this page with the letter A. All right, so that is that. So hopefully we'll be able to do our assignments like that from now on. So we have gone over other ways to get into Schoology. We've gone over Class Dojo. We have gone over the assignment checklist. We've gone over the virtual document that was created as a visual to help and assist. Schoology. Our school also has a Padlet. This is my personal Padlet that is used for school. This is updated as well. And it has helpful information. And I include the school's Padlet, the newsletter, and the school website. So if you're opening up your newsletter from a computer, you can just click on it and it should be able to just take you straight to it. Okay, so here's the Padlet. As you can see, it's the newsletter in Spanish. You can see a Loom video that was made about coronavirus for your first grader. You see the newsletter, so it's all labeled. It's all there. It's all there. Great assignments, virtual open house presentation, the newsletters, there's a few videos, meet the teacher, Class Dojo, another helpful video. So there's a lot of information that's also here as well. So we have the school website, we have Schoology, we have Padlet, we have Class Dojo. So there are a lot of different things that are here to help us navigate through this virtual learning process. It is most helpful when you are able to keep track of the assignments that you all have turned in. We have a lot of things that we are doing, especially now that we have students back in our presence. So a lot of our schedules are changing, a lot of our response times are changing. There just have been a lot of changes. So we just wanted to tell you how you were able to successfully navigate through the newsletter, through Padlet, through Schoology, through anything that you are faced with. So with this being said, I'm going to end the video. Hopefully this video was helpful. And if you have any questions, please let me know and give me at least 24 hours to respond. All right, so we really hope this helped. So please check Class Dojo daily.